how do you avoid falling into the trap of kind of playing mixolydian stuff that sounds like every other player? What tactics do you employ over static harmony to change it up a bit?
That is a good question. That's a long answer to that.
Or how do you play those damn steel guitar riffs? Either one.
Well, a lot of what I do, especially with my own songs, that I'm working on my 5th CD, so I've kind of got a fair amount of solo stuff out there. The songs that I write that I'm going to play on, the way I play rhythm guitar is a little different than most books teach you, and the way I hear a lot of players playing. What I do is I avoid thirds a lot. And so instead, if I'm in the key of E, instead of playing this chord or this chord that has the third in it, I'm going to play this or this. So by doing that, you allow yourself to define the tonality. You can use a major or a minor third. And it also has the same, you can also think of it as a 7+9 chord. The Hendrix chord, the voodoo child chord, whatever you want to call it, that has the major third and the minor third. So when I'm playing, even when I'm playing in a major tonality, say for instance A7, which would be, you asked me about mixolydian. If I'm just staying in A mixolydian, it's I'll add in the minor third and chromatic, so it would be a combination of blue notes and chromatics really help that.
What's one of the best dances?
Is your question? I'm sorry? No signature mic. I don't know. I'm assuming it's finished 30s because the guitar and the amp and the cabinet I just walked in and it was in tune when I picked it up, and I'm flying, so I didn't bring anything except my pedal board and my instruction pamphlets that are in the back room. I brought my hands. Yeah, that's kind of an underrated part of the whole equation. Is these two things right here, because like Paul was saying, you can't make Barbra Streisand sound like Paul Rogers. Like for instance, we can bring a note of quiet into the room. If you just listen to me playing without the amplifier. Do you hear that it sounds, it doesn't,
It's you.
It's not the amplifier.
It's you.
The guitar and the amplifier help me make that come out of the speakers. Having good gear is wonderful. I mean, it's like in the day when you could get a Stradivarius, I mean, if you're a violin player, pick up a Stradivarius, it's like, all of a sudden I'm a better violinist, For me, to have the right gear, the gear doesn't make, you have to practice. I hate to say that, I hate to tell you that, but you've got to practice. And, but really, it starts here. How hard I'm playing, whether I'm using my pick and my fingers, if I'm popping the strings like Albert Collins. It's right there without the amplifier. But I've been searching for 30 years to find the guitar and amp combination that is consistently allows me to translate what I hear here and have it come out to the speakers.
So you can play blues on a PRS.
Play blues on a PRS? I think I've done it a couple of times. You know, I mean, here's the deal, man. When I pick up a Strat, it's like the book has been written on the Stratocaster. You know, I become somebody else. I play like somebody else. I'm starting to, you know, immediately I'm like thinking Little Wing. I'm thinking, you know, I mean, it's just I fall into the Strat bag. And the thing that attracted me to PRS to be when I, from the word go was, it was an empty canvas. Nobody knew what these things were supposed to sound like. And I had some people in Austin tell me that, you know, when I first moved to Austin, some guy that was this big shop manager dude, I met him and he said, what kind of guitar do you play? And I said, well, I got a Strat. And he goes, that's good, because if you don't play a Strat, you ain't, I'm not going to say the word because I saw somebody in the age of 16 sitting over there. You ain't, you know what I'm saying. And I thought about that, and I don't know, I went to sleep and I woke up the next morning, and the first thing that came to my mind when I opened my eyes was, I gotta find another guitar. I gotta find a different guitar. I don't like somebody telling me that I gotta play the same guitar that everybody else in Austin was playing at the time. So, yeah, you can play blues on a PRS. I do it all the time. It ain't, you know, you can do everything on this guitar. You know, and I mean, if I take one guitar to a session, if I'm in a hurry and I gotta grab one thing, I mean, the single coil thing, and if I'm doing a country session, you know, I just the coil tap. Or if I need a Strat neck pickup sound. I mean, it's close enough. You know, you can do anything you want on this guitar player, except get the Sweet Home Alabama tone. And I'm allergic to that sound after all these years. It's been done so much. So, yeah.
How did you get involved with PRS?
Well, I got involved with them because the day I woke up, like I said, I woke up that day. I came to that day, and I had this thought that I had to find another guitar. And so, it may have been that day or the next day, my Guitar Player magazine showed up in the mailbox, and I'm like, you know, waited every month for the Guitar Player magazine. And I opened it up and I see this seafoam green thing. I'm thinking that could be it. But there's none in Austin, but the guy in Dallas has got one. A dealer in Dallas has got one. So I drove up to Dallas to check it out, and I'm thinking, I'm playing and everything, and I'm thinking I think this might be it. But I wasn't going to get rid of my Strat, but I'd had a 59 Esquire. Didn't have any money, but I had a 59 Esquire, and the PRS was $1,000. Didn't have $1,000. So the dealer said, "Oh, what you got something to trade?" I said, "Well, I got this 59 Esquire, all original case, clean." And he said, "Well, yeah, I'll trade you, but man, I can't let you have the PRS case."
No way.
Trade you the Esquire with the original case for the PRS without the case. So I walked out of the store with a seafoam green guitar in no case. And I thought that was real. I mean, to this day, it was worth. I just laugh about it. You know, it was so hilarious. This guy. So I got the PRS, and then I got my first vintage Marshall, and then I got the gig with Joe Ely, and then I got to really figure out how to play and find my sound. And then I met Paul at a vintage guitar show in Dallas in 1987, and we've been doing it ever since.
You still have a guitar?
I sure do.
Yay.
85, first year.
Wow. That's that story about not walking away from a guitar you know is a good guitar.
Yep. So I got a story to tell you, Dave.
You
I didn't know. Hang on. I didn't know what PRS guitars could do. But I saw you at Live at Liberty Lunch, that thing, watch Bugs do things on the guitar that I never invented it to do. He was pulling the arm the wrong direction and using the volume control as a tone control. And watch Carlos do stuff with the guitar that I hoped it could do, wasn't sure. He was one of the 3 people that started using the guitars to do things that I had never invented it to do. I never envisioned it. And it's true also about Stradivari. He did not know what his violins sound like. They had gut strings, short scales. The French changed all the bass bars, changed all the necks, all the scale lengths. He never heard it. I didn't know. I had no idea. And David calls me up and he goes, you know, it sounds like a really big, thick telly through the Marshall. That's what you said at the time. And he says, and it's got a tone that nobody else has, and I'm digging it. And he had the sound in his hands, which you can hear, that was evident as a much younger man, and everybody's always paid attention to it. So David, you actually were part of the whole thing of me seeing that it could do something I never invented it to do. I wanted the tremolo to be that Jeff Beck wiggle, beautiful chord wiggle, but nobody in my town would even do it. But I like that chord wiggle thing that Jeff Beck did, so I wanted that tone. You're one of the only people still doing that. So, I mean, we could have discussion after discussion around this issue.
Best tremolo there is,
Yeah,
right here.
Thank you very much.
I mean, for me, for
You guys got to give a big hand.